What's going on, guys? Censor here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And if you guys don't know, I have been away for about 7 days now. I just got back from Minnesota. If you guys aren't aware, Minnesota was where we had the first ever Call of Duty League season opener. If you guys don't know, it's always been MLG since day one. Ever since I got started in competing in professional Call of Duty, we've always played under MLG, and now Activision took over. We have the Call of Duty Franchise League. Minnesota was the opening event. We ended up playing against London and Faze clan. We didn't look too hot versus London. We actually looked like we didn't show up at all. It looked like all the practice that we had going into the tournament wasn't translating on the stage. And then we actually had to play Faze in the second match. And I wanted to show you guys some of the game, talk to you guys about the match, what I felt happened, what went wrong, what we could do better moving forward, and just tell you guys a little bit about my role on this team, because a lot of you guys have a lot of questions when I left Faze and I joined the Subliners, like what my role is here. And I'm going to tell you guys all that. But before we get into that, I just want to show you guys some of the highlights from the match. All right, so guys, this was map one.
They need to break in the hill.
They got him surrounded though, 8 seconds away though, and Faze will take this one away, but you got bodies for the Subliners inside the hill, but Zero is gonna fall, and the spawn is so far away. You gotta make the mad dash for the contest, but easy gunfights for Faze to win. 250 on the board.
Here in game 2, Simple flying 10th. I mean, that's 1 in 18 between 3 players. That's just not gonna cut it.
Dealing with the chaos, the decision making of like when you spawn at C, do you go for the decap, the full cap, how much pressure do you pour on A in the rotations? It's a constant stream of information, and the New York Subliners handled it incredibly well.
And the key is, not only did they handle the information correctly, they won the important gunfights, and they played their life. They valued their life as well. That is about as good of a domination performance you're probably ever going to see. New York Subliners show there's still life. And the 5 spree Simple end on 39 and 12.
All right, so guys, I just want to do a sit down and talk to you guys just heart to heart, face to face, because I feel like I haven't done this in a long time. It's definitely been over a year technically, because it's 2020 now. But I haven't uploaded that much on my channel recently, and I've been doing so much work with the Subliners behind the scenes, and I think there's a couple of things I need to address before we get into reacting to this Faze match. Number one, a lot of you guys still ask me, like, wait, Doug, are you not in Faze anymore? Like, what happened? Why aren't you in Faze? Like, what's the deal? And I'll be transparent with you guys. Ideally, it would have been nice for me, looking back at everything, to be like the face and captain of Faze Clan Call of Duty, grow the team, scale the team, be the face of gaming, be the face of fitness, right? Like, that's always been my goal. But after I won the championship for Faze in 2015, I got kicked off the main team the same day, and I got demoted to the B team for reasons that I can never understand. And then I made a comeback in World War II. The team wasn't the best clicking team. We didn't connect, and we didn't really perform that well. And then in Black Ops 4, I didn't play that year. Long story short, I just took the year off, and I wanted to come back for franchising this year. A lot of things behind the scenes definitely didn't favor me, and you guys know a lot about that. And being in Faze Clan for all those years was a big reason why. It was like a conflict for me, because I wanted to build my brand, right? And I also wanted to compete, but Faze wouldn't let me compete. So I had this issue in my head where it's like, what do I do for my future, man? Like, I have this opportunity to build this incredible brand and like do things for myself and like be able to have a house and have a family and support my family, right? So it's like, what do I do here? Like, I want to compete, but I also want to be able to have a great future. So I decided to do what I thought was best for me, which was build my brand, look towards my future, but I always wanted to come back to competitive Call of Duty. And now it's the right time. So franchising is here. I told Faze that I wanted to stay in, and I wanted to be a part of the team, even if it's a substitute or like a manager or a coach, whatever I could do to like be a part of the team. But they didn't show any interest. They didn't give me any transparency. They didn't tell me anything. Nothing was said to me at all. And New York really wanted me to be here. And I was like, dude, you know what? It's time to move on. Like, it's time to move on to that next chapter, to do something different, be something different. And although Faze is incredible and I love the brand, it's like, you know, if I'm not going to get the same support that I expect on my end, and I'm not going to have these guys like help me towards my dream, and they're not going to communicate that to me, it's time to move on. It's just clearly the right time. So New York welcomed me with wide open arms. I'm so proud to be a part of this team. They didn't give me a starting role. They made it very clear to me. They're like, Doug, we love you. We love what you're all about. We love to have you as a substitute on this team, and we'll go from there. So for me, I see this as an incredible opportunity to be able to get to my ultimate end goal, my ultimate end destination, which is 2 things. I want to be able to win a natural bodybuilding competition, which I might start prepping for this year, because I really want to win a natural competition. I do not want to take steroids. I want to show you guys that you could win a natural bodybuilding competition without any enhancements and look incredible without doing anything, without cheating, without any of that stuff. And I also want to be able to win a Call of Duty World Championship. I say this all the time. I try to speak it into existence. I just need to be able to have the right support around me, have the right guys around me, have the right organization around me, and it's definitely going to happen. I know in my heart You give me the squad, you give me the guys, the personnel, it will happen, because nobody is as dedicated as me or has as much passion or motivation as I do when it comes to this stuff. Like, this is incredible. This is my dream. And the reason why it's my dream is because ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to be an NFL player, a wide receiver, cornerback, or basketball player, a shooting guard, a point guard. I was too short for basketball. I thought I was good enough for football, but gaming took over, and that was just the path that I went on. And I was like, you know what? It would be incredible to be the first guy in the world to be able to win a championship in gaming and also like win a physique competition and like show people around the world that you could be both and you could do it the right way. And that's always been my goal and my vision, and that's what I'm gonna do. Nothing will stop me from getting to my end destination, which is that. So this is all part of the process for me, guys. I am the substitute on New York. A lot of you guys always keep asking me why I'm not in Faze. That's why. The other thing that I hear a lot is, why aren't you playing? Like, they need you, the team needs you, blah, 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 blah. Like, forget all that, man. Like, none of that matters, man. Listen, I took some time off for Call of Duty. When you come back after taking time off, players, staff, organizations, coaches, etc., they're going to doubt you. They're not going to think that you're good enough. And I'm grateful and I'm fortunate to be able to have a substitute role on a team. So I am very grateful and I am very appreciative. And I'm going to take it and run with it, man. You know, I don't think as many other guys in the league are going to be doing the things that I do behind closed doors. And that's totally fine. I know there'll be a couple of guys that persevere, but the way that it's set up right now, guys, to be a substitute in the league, it sucks. You can't get any practice. You're never with the team. And I'll just elaborate a little bit more on it. I'm not allowed to play in any Path to Pro tournaments. I'm not allowed to play in any online 2K tournaments. I can practice with our main team, but our main team is always practicing with each other. So since the game has come out, I have not played one rep with our main team, simply because that is the starting 5 that these guys agreed on. I was not a part of those plans, and they're not just going to put me in place of one of their starters. It's just not something that's going to happen. That's just not how it works. So it's a really difficult situation for me to be in as a sub, because the fact that I can't play in online tournaments with other teams makes all those other amateur teams that are trying to go to the pros not have any reason to play with me, because they won't be able to play in online tournaments with me. So every day when they're practicing, they're not going to want to play with me. They're going to want to play with their squad that they could play in the online tournament with. And then my main team is never going to want to play with me, because they're always going to play with their starters. Because in gaming, you don't really get sick. You don't really get injured. Like, you're always available. It's not like professional sports like basketball or football where there's a lot of injuries. So to be a substitute, the only practice you could really get is 10s, which is like pickup games at night. And you have to be sure to be there as one of the first 10 and convince people to pick you, or else you're not going to get picked. So if you're not going to get picked in 10s, if you're not going to be able to play with amateurs, if you're not going to be playing online tournaments, if you're not going to be able to play Path to Pro, how is it possible for a substitute to be able to do their job? Like, what if something happened to one of the main guys on the team? Like, what if they were sick or they had an emergency and then I have to go play for them? I'm going to show up on that stage and I'm going to shit the bed because I haven't practiced the game. So it's a really difficult situation to be in. I know that the league is trying to do the best that they can to make subs have the most practice they could have. It's actually a discussion I'm having with them right now behind closed doors. But that's the current situation that I'm in. So the only thing that I could really do is be around our guys as much as possible, watch their practice, watch how they play the game, watch a lot of live streams, play myself, play pubs. Like, I already unlocked Damascus, and just play as many 10s as I possibly could play, and just like literally be the best player I could be and just hope for the best. That's the only thing that you could do in my situation. So I'm going to embrace it. And again, I am really fortunate for the subliners for having me on the squad, having me as a substitute. It's awesome, and I love being around our team because I think our team is incredible. I think we have a lot of talent. I think we have a lot of potential, and I don't think that we showed it during Minnesota. Like, the team that I was seeing in scrims, from what I saw, the team that I was seeing in scrims at the tournament practicing was not the team that I saw in the matches, and I know that it bothers them a lot. And I know that when people are going to criticize them and say, you need to put Doug in, you need to put Doug in, it's only going to cause more friction. And that's not what I'm trying to do, a part of this team. You know, it's just not a good environment to be in, man. Like, if you want to be a winner, if you want to be a champion, and if you want to be the best you can be, you need to have a team that's all cohesive and all together on the same page. And that's just something that honestly is bothersome to me. So for me, it's all about just making sure that these guys know that, you know, we all have one common goal, and I also don't want to be able to like overstep my boundaries at all. You know, it's a very tight, slippery slope to be hanging on as a substitute, because here I am, this guy with these dreams and these motivations and these aspirations to do what I want to do, and it's a conflict because you don't want to be telling the starters one thing. So for me, guys, it's more so about just being the best that I could possibly be every day and just going with the flow. I am in the firm belief that if you give something 110% of your effort, the universe will reward you. That's just always how it's been for me. Anything that I've put my mind to, anything that I've really truly focused on and wanted, I was able to obtain it. So this is just that one thing that I really want to obtain, guys. Eventually down the road, whether it's this year, next year, the year after that, I'm going to be able to win a championship again, all right? It's going to happen because I really want it to happen, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen, guys. Like, whoever the best is, like, right now, I believe FaZe Clan is the best. Like, these guys have an incredible roster. They have such nice guys. I was hanging out with them in Minnesota. They have some of the best talent I've ever seen. That guy, Simp, is going to be one of the greatest Call of Duty players of all time. They handed it to our team this weekend, and that's okay. We're going to come back stronger. We're gonna show people what we're made of, and we're going to do the best we can to win. And I think when you have a player like Sim, it's going to be really difficult to beat him. But the way you beat someone like that is by studying them and just getting in their head and just being the best that you could be. Like, I know that I'm repeating myself a little bit with all this stuff, but I promise you guys, like, I've done this in the past. I've done this with my history before. I've always been the guy who was the underdog, you know, whether it's like playing against Scump and Formal when I World Star those guys in the finals, or like playing against Crim or whoever. It doesn't even matter. Like, history always repeats itself, and there's always going to be a new standard. So it's always about just following that standard, respecting the standard, respecting who's on the top, and doing everything you can to, one, be the best you can be, and two, and unifying your team and being the best they can be collectively. Because Call of Duty is a very day-to-day game. We got 3-0 by London. Maybe if we play that series the next day, we could have won it. Who knows, man? But all I know is that our team has a lot of work to do, and I know that they're going to put in the work, and they will bounce back in London. And honestly, I'm just really happy that franchising is going well, because at Minnesota, crowd was incredible. They were really cheering for their home fans. It makes me think what our crowd's going to be like in New York when we go home. I'm really excited for that, guys, and I'm all in on competitive Call of Duty, man. Like, this is something I've always loved my entire life, and I'm not going anywhere. Like, this is something that I've loved. This is something I want to be a part of for years to come. And I just see a really big future with it. I really want to be that guy who can win a world championship, win a bodybuilding competition, and just show people that you can do both. Like, I want to show people that you don't have to be fat to be a gamer. You don't have to be out of shape and take Adderall and be cracked out of your mind to be able to win championships. Like, I'll do everything the right way, and I'll do everything with integrity and with respect. And yeah, it's going to be a process, and I just have to be patient with it. But I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on how our team played, what we have doing looking forward with our squad, addressing some of these questions, because I've been seeing these going on for months, and it's just like something I really needed to get off my chest. And I hope that I did a good job explaining that in this video. And I hope that you guys continue supporting me on this path, because I see my future really big with New York. I want to be able to make the most of this opportunity. I want to be the best teammate I could be for these guys. No matter what anybody thinks about me, if people think that I suck or if I'm washed or I need to hang it up, whatever the case may be, it doesn't bother me at all. It's only fuel to the fire. So yeah, that's just where my mindset's at right now, guys. I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And again, I just want to thank you guys for all the support and all the love. I know I didn't really upload too much in January for obvious reasons. I've been doing so much traveling with the team, and we're away for 6 days in Minnesota. We got London coming up in another 10 days or so. I hope you guys are excited for that. Hope you guys can show us your support. And I'm curious in the comments down below what you guys think about everything that I just said and the Minnesota launch weekend. Good games to London, good games to FaZe. They were the better team by far, and our team's going to bounce back, and we're going to do everything we can to get wins in London. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I hope you guys all have a great day. It's been your boy, Doug Censor Martin, and I'm out, guys. Peace.